this is gonna be short. I thought it was a super great fight. They both look very skillful. Beterbiev actually he surprised me. Boxed very well. Bivol boxed very well. But this is what I say. I thought it was a close fight. I wouldn't have been mad. I was actually happy with the 114. But I'm not mad with the 116, 112, or the 115, 113. That's one round. Somebody gave him 8 rounds. Somebody gave him 7. There was a couple of rounds that I felt that Bivol he kind of was lax. Like round 10, 11, 12. To me, he kind of was just not really as aggressive as I wanted him to come out. It was more so like he was just trying to go 12 those last few rounds, and I think that's what Beterbiev actually stole the fight. But you know, it was a great fight. You know, these fans, you can't call a close fight a robbery. It's a close fight. It could have went either way. You know, I do feel those last couple rounds, Bivol wasn't aggressive as he should have been. He kind of was just in there trying to survive it. He was boxing better. Beterbiev, he was stalking him more. So, you know, it was a great fight. I'm ready for part 2. It's not a robbery. You can't call a close fight a robbery. A fight like that, where it can go either way. Yes, rematch part 2. That's it. I can. Every fan, as soon as it's a close fight and it don't go the way they think it should go, it's a robbery. That's not true. Thank you, daughter. That's not true. It's not true. You know what I mean? It's not true. It's a super great fight. That could have went either way. But like I said, I do feel that it was very close. I don't know what you was watching. It was super close. I'm not quite sure what you was watching, but it was close. Those last 2 rounds, though, that he didn't really throw any punches. Like he should have. Like he could have been a little more aggressive. I feel like he let. I feel like he let Beterbiev take the last 2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds. I think he let him take those, and it kind of might have swayed the judges. Because think about it, one judge had it 7-5 for Arturo, one had it 8-4. You know, my son says a couple of swing rounds in between that, you know what I mean? It wasn't a thank you, Chavez Whitaker. That's a robbery. That's not a robbery. You know, exactly. He lost the last 2 rounds. That's just a close fight. Do the rematch, you know, and get it on again. I will say in the rematch, I want him to be a little more aggressive. He did some great boxing, but I want him to be a little more aggressive. I want him to basically make Arturo respect him a little bit more. You know what I mean? I want him to fight a little bit more. Great boxing, but I think the next fight, he needs to be just a little bit more aggressive. He got to earn more his respect. That's the way I feel. You know, he did a good job of avoiding most of his punches clean until the last couple of rounds, and he was getting through the guard. But I think that next fight, he needs to be a little more aggressive and earn his respect a little bit more. But I'm going to say this about part 2. If Arturo knows that he can't really hurt him, because I only saw him buzz maybe once, but not really. If he knows that Bivol can't hurt him, he's probably going to stop him in the second fight. So, because he's going to keep coming. He's strong as hell. Even when I thought he was super tired, he came and did his thing. So, yeah, exactly. No, he didn't fight. No, he didn't. No, stop. No, he did not. It was a great boxing match. Both of them looked great. Exactly. What is he talking about? It was a great boxing match. It was a great fight. That's it. That could have went either way. You know. Well, like I said, in that second fight, he need those last 2 rounds where, in a close fight, the championship rounds where it really matters, you need to be really aggressive. I wanted him to say, fuck it, and actually come out and fight. But I feel like those last 2 rounds, he was kind of like, almost like surviving, like he had the fight sewed up. You don't do that in a close championship fight. So, that's just that. You know? It could have went either way. That's it. Exactly. Either one could have won the fight, or it could have went 114. That's the way I had it. My son had it 7-5 for Bivol. I could have had it 7-5. It's just a close fight. So, and that's how that go. You know, I need the things I need him to change in the second fight. I'm not. You know what? I don't even think Beterbiev needs to change anything in the second fight. I think he did perfect. He fought the way he fights. He stalked him. He actually boxed a little more in this fight. But I do think in the second fight that Bivol needs to gain a little more of his respect. I think I need him to walk to him a little more in the second fight. The boxing was great, but I need him to be just a little more aggressive in the second fight to kind of gain his respect some. Because I'm going to tell you this. He was walking through his punches. If he walks through his punches in the second fight and knows that he can't hurt him, he's going to stop him. He's going to be a little more aggressive earlier. That's the way I feel. So, just a great fight, you know? And I'm sure that Beterbiev surprised people. But I've said it. He's not just coming in to throw a bunch of punches, try to get you out of there. He don't just throw haymakers. He can box. He's strong as hell. Like, bruh, that jab, he's strong as hell. He's strong. Not the whole fight toe to toe, but them last 2 rounds. You can't move and box the whole round. The whole fight. That's what I'm trying to say. The next fight, he needs to step to him just a little bit more. That's all. Exactly. He was missing a lot of his punches too, but he also was the aggressor. In them last 2-3 rounds, he took him like easily. So, and hurt Bivol a couple times. So, that's it. It was a good fight, but robbery and all that, people make me so mad with that word. Every time they say that word, I tell them to go watch Chavez and Whitaker, and then we're gonna come back on here and talk about robbery. So that's a robbery, Chavez ain't win no rounds. It was 12-0 for Whitaker. That's a robbery. But a fight that's close, that I might have a 7-5 for Bivol and you might have a 7-5 for that's not a robbery. It's not a robbery. So stop. And I don't know if y'all know, 8-4 is only 1 round more than 7-5. So those couple little rounds that could have went either way, all you had to have was one judge give one more to Artur. That's it. That's what it is. He wasn't hurt every round, but he was hurt a couple times. And I don't really remember Artur getting hurt. Maybe like one punch that I think buzzed him a little bit, but that's really it. Because a lot of punches, Bivol was throwing on the fly. He was moving. But I think next fight, that he could just be a little bit more aggressive, he could step to him, make him respect him a little bit more. Oh, you was on there? So, it was a lot of swing rounds. It was a close fight. And that's why he went up there and didn't call it a robbery. He never even, what did he say? He was strong. He never contested it because he probably knows that maybe the next time they fight, them last couple rounds, or maybe I could be a little more aggressive early. I felt like around round 6 or 7, I said, okay, now I want him to fight. That's what I wanted him to do. You know what I mean? I wanted him to fight, like stand his ground and fight the last few rounds. You already you was taking some of his punches. I just wanted him to stand his ground and fight, maybe earn his respect a little bit more because he kind of was walking through Bivol's punches. I ain't gonna hold you. He was walking through them punches. So, he was walking through them punches. And, but that's just boxing. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Rematch coming, though. Rematch coming. I promise you. Yeah, I mean, No, he wouldn't have slept him. No. Them last 2-3 rounds, no, he definitely need to stand his ground. Come on now. No. I don't know if he thought he had the fight sold up and he could just, just kind of like survive, but he didn't. And in a close championship fight like that, the last 2-3 rounds, the championship rounds, you need to fight. I'm sorry. You need to fight. What? Who said that's, so you think all he did was walk through punches? That's it? You don't think he did enough to win the fight? It was a close fight. That's it. Bottom line. Close fight. Could have went either way. Yeah, but not them last two. Not them last two. It was a good fight, boxing wise. That's just what it is. It was a good fight. I mean, what y'all want me to say? It's not a robbery. So that's just that. I'm sure y'all got all this, emotion. It's not a robbery. How you call a close fight a robbery? I mean, that's just weird to me. It's not like it was 10-2 Bivol when he got robbed. That's a robbery. No, he won. If you thought he won 7-5 and then somebody else thought the other one won 7-5, it's a close fight. That's just what it is. Y'all tripping. Damn. Everything. I swear that word, fans, y'all love that word, robbery. Y'all love that word. No. When you get off of my live, go watch Chavez and Whitaker. Then we're gonna talk about robbery. Go watch Escalera and Tyrone Everett. And then we'll talk about robbery. Word, this is complete. They saying, the one saying they robbed Loma against Devin. Get the hell out my face, bro. Get out my face. You know what I always say. You want to win superiorly and not leave it up to the judges? Stop, dude. That's all. Knock him out. Then you have no questions. Like Marquez did Pacquiao in the fourth fight. So, there you go. Thank you. And then they mad about 8-4, but they're not mad about 7-5. So one judge gave him one extra round than you did. Like, bruh, knock it off. No, they didn't. 3 good rounds or 3-4 good rounds is not a robbery. So, yeah, you got to win a little more than that. And, the rounds he won against Deb were super good. Like, he won one of those rounds, but that's, But I thought it was a back-and-forth fight with them, too. I think Bivol had... And then a lot of those rounds was maybe Artur winning early, Bivol winning late, or vice versa. It was a good fight. I don't know if he was trying to survive at the 5, but I do feel like those last, 3 rounds, 2-3 rounds, he was. And I felt like his corner probably should have told him, that's fine. You might see 7 for him, maybe not 8. That's only one extra round. It's not like somebody had it 10-2. But that, I don't think that he tried to survive at the 5. I'm going to say round 10, 11, 12. I thought he could have did more, especially with the fight being so close. It's a championship fight. You don't have the fight sewed up. I think he should have came out and did just a little bit more. Maybe stood his ground a little more. He kind of was trying to survive. Maybe to go 12, that's kind of like a moral victory, but I think he should have did more and maybe he would have won the fight. But, he definitely overwhelmed him with the power. Let me tell you something. He's strong as hell. He's strong as hell. And it's not even just like he's throwing a bunch of haymakers. His little punches that he was throwing on the arm, his jab is strong. He's just strong. He's a strong guy. So, we'll see how part 2 gonna go. But I know one thing. I know Artur know that Bivol can't hurt him, so I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Will. Exactly. Yeah, like that 10, 11, 12, I think that he just could have did a little bit more than he did. They just mad. That's all. They mad. And ignorant. Anybody who say he won because he's Muslim is ignorant, because he went out there and had a great game plan. He boxed better than I thought he could box. So whoever's saying he won because he's Muslim, go straight to hell. Go to the hellfire. Stuck for the law. The hell? Great fight. I'm not screaming. I wasn't mad. It was a great fight. It lived up to the hype. I thought it was a great fight. I'm ready to see part 2. It's not a robbery. Bivol looked good. Artur looked good. I think Bivol could have did a little bit better. I thought he fought timid the last few rounds. Maybe 10, 11, 12. Maybe he was tired. I don't know. But isn't it though? Isn't it though? Let me pin this comment. Isn't it though? I'm gonna say I thought. I mean, not really. It's not crazy. If you had a 7-5, they gave him one extra round, 8-4. A couple of them rounds were swing rounds. Maybe they thought he won. It's not really crazy. It's one extra round. Most people are saying he won 7-5, but they had it 8-4. That's one round. It's like literally one extra round. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Now, if they had a 10-2 for him, then yeah, that's it. But it's not that serious. It's really not. I thought those scorecards were great. Somebody had it 6-6. Somebody had it 7-5. Somebody had it 8-4. That's not really, it's not a robbery. It was a close fight. It was great. So that's just that. But to say he won because he Muslim, stuck for the law. Whew. You know what? He looked great. Yeah, I'm gonna say that Bivol. I do think his punches were affecting him more than Bivol were affecting him. He kind of was like walking through him. I thought Bivol boxed perfectly, boxed well. He was, switching angles, moving out the way, had his high guard up. But them last 10, 11, 12, he kind of could have did a little bit more. I think he could have held his ground a little bit more. Because BeterbievBivol, he was on his ass them last 3 rounds. And I think that's kind of what swayed the judge. You got to remember, judges don't remember what you do early. They kind of remember the middle, but they definitely remember late. Remember that in boxing. Sometimes them first 2 rounds go over their head, but they always remember that late in the fight. That's why I always say, you fighting, you better steal them last 2-3 rounds, please. Especially in the championship fight, you got to steal them last 2-3 rounds. Yeah, he could fight. Like it was great. He did much better boxing than I thought he would do. But like I said, I think next fight, if he knows that Bivol can't hurt him, I think he's going to stop him. So, I got BeterbievBivol. I think that he'll stop BeterbievBivol. I do. I think he'll stop him. He definitely finished strong. The right man, listen, I'm not mad at him winning, but if Bivol had won 7-5, I wouldn't be mad at that either. It was a close fight. You ain't never lied. Stuck for the law. He won because he Muslim. Come on now. Stuck for the law. Terrible. You know. But I think that I got my one go-to fight that I tell everybody to watch when they call close fights a robbery. I always go send them to watch Sweet Pea and Chavez. Then you come back on my live, then we gonna talk, and you tell me what's a robbery. Close fight, not a robbery. Fight like that when he ain't win no rounds, 12-0 for Sweet Pea, that's a robbery. You know, you on the fence with a couple of those rounds. Because remember, a lot of those rounds, Bivol will be winning early, and then Arturo will win late. You know what I'm saying? So a judge giving him one extra, that's how he won. But me and my son had it 6-6 or either 7-5 for Bivol. He had it. You know, I had it 6-6. I thought that each of them did what they had to do. I just felt like that Arturo came on better late. I thought late he was more aggressive. And like I said, them judges, them first few rounds, they you know, it's like a person's brain. You don't really remember shit early. But them last rounds, they always remember. That's why I say you got to win them championship rounds. You got to win them last 2-3 rounds. You have to. You know what this remind me of? When Oscar fought Trinidad. Now, I thought he had did enough to win. But I don't remember, maybe like round 9, 10, 11. I think the corner thought he had the fight sold up, and he kind of just was cruising them last 2 rounds, and Trinidad won. Even though I thought Oscar did enough to still win, that's what I'm talking about. Them last 2-3 rounds, I don't think that Bivol did enough. I thought he was just kind of just trying to not to get knocked out. Which one? Oh, yeah, no, come on. You talking about Oshani? Or that was a robbery. Absolutely. Yep. That was a robbery, for sure. If that's what you're talking about. But, you know, I can't wait for part 2. Probably be over there again. They're going to get more to the bag, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't think BeterbievBivol needs to change too much of anything. I thought he had a great game plan. He did what he do. He boxed you. He's strong. You know, he feints a lot. You know, his jab is crazy. I don't think he needs to change nothing up. But I do, if I was Bivol, second fight, Arturo leaves his body wide open. I would kind of do more body shot and maybe try to tie. He is 40. At the end of the day, he's 40. I would maybe try to work his body a little earlier. You know, throw some body shots, do some stab jabs in there, because he was open for that. And I think I would try to tire him out more than maybe in the late rounds. Maybe you can kind of get him out of there or, you know, win. But I would definitely do less head hunting in the second fight and maybe do more body work. And just be a little more aggressive when it counts. Them last 2-3 rounds when everybody, you know, looking for a winner. You can't just do enough to not get knocked out. And you see he didn't contest it. He knew. I'm sure he knew where he could do better. And I promise you he going to say he probably could have been a little more aggressive. I thought that Bivol should have went to the body more. I thought actually BeterbievBivol went to the body more than I thought he would. I was surprised. He was throwing the body punches, but, you know. I don't think it would have been different if they fought in America. I mean, this is what it did. It was a close fight. America, Saudi, wherever. It was a close fight. A close fight is a close fight. That's just what it is. It's hard to pick a winner with a close fight. So, but I can get ignorant too. If you want to say I can get ignorant too. If you want to say he won because he's Muslim, then I'm gonna support him. Yep, that's right. Alhamdulillah. Let's not do that. Because I can be ignorant too. That's just stupid. Whoever said that, astaghfirullah, you know you wrong. Go straight to the hellfire. He won because he's Muslim. Come on now. Like, he didn't go in there and have a great game plan. Like, he wasn't stalking him the whole fight. Like, he wasn't throwing his power jabs. We're not going to do that. Come on now. Show the man some respect. You act like he's just a puncher who be throwing haymakers. No, he boxed. I agree. I agree. I thought I would see more body punching from Bivol because he's the boxer, and I thought that he was going to try to slow down stop the dude from coming. But, it is what it is. He boxed. He stood in front of him. I just think them last 3 rounds, he ain't do enough. So, that's that. Alhamdulillah on his victory. Alhamdulillah, they both came out safe and, can go home to their families, and inshallah we'll see part 2. That's that. When people have to ask who you think won, they tell you right there it's a close fight. It wasn't no landslide. He didn't stop him like most people had him stop. Thank you. Most people had him stopping him. He didn't stop him. So, exactly. Say it again. He was in that's the word I'm using. He was in survival mode the last 3 rounds. I don't know. Maybe he got hit with a punch that he felt in round 10, 11, 12 that we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe them punches started to really add up, but he definitely was in survival mode those last 3 rounds. And I don't know if his corner told him, this is a championship fight. This is a championship fight. They should have told him, look, this fight is close. It's still up in the air. You need to go after him or something. You got to stand your ground. But to be in survival mode, think you're going to win a fight? Like, no, that's not. But I don't even think it's him. He didn't contest anything. He probably knew what he did. I'm sure he's going to watch the fight and see what he could have did them last 3 rounds to kind of maybe get his perspective a little bit more. Because let me tell you something. Bivol was landing some punches, even though he never really hurt him, but he still, them punches, they land, they count. So, you know, judges, they one track minded. They remember them last rounds of the fight. So them last rounds, you gotta take them. You gotta take them. I think he should be more aggressive in the rematch. And I'm not mad at you for saying that he won. It was a close fight. It could have went either way. It's a close fight. Like I said, my son had a 7-5 for Bivol or 6-6. That's a close fight. I'm not mad at people saying that he won. I wouldn't have been mad if they announced him winning 7-5 or whatever. It is what it is. But the ignorance of saying he just won because he's Muslim is ridiculous. Like, he ain't have a whole nice game plan and was out there doing his thing. Like, stop. Like, he wasn't on his ass the last 3 rounds of that fight. Like, come on, I mean, let's look. I get ignorant too. He was on his ass the last 3 rounds of that fight. We're not gonna do this. On his ass. And his corner should have told people, like, you ain't got the fight sold up, so you need to go out there and fight. But he didn't. He was in survival mode for 10, 11, 12. So, and even some of the early rounds, you know, he might have won the beginning and BeterbievBivol won the end or vice versa. So, you know, it was a good fight. And I hope part 2 is even better. I hope it's even better. So. I thought Bivol was gonna maybe I didn't really pick no winner. I thought he was gonna win. Did I say he could have get knocked out? I didn't really pick a winner. I really had that fight being 50-50, honestly. I did. I thought they both were skillful, but I'm gonna say scary ain't the word. His power is different, bro. It's different. It's different. So she a bitch. His ex is a bitch. She please. Yeah, I like Bivol too. I like both of them, but you know, I'm a fan of both. But I really like Bivol. I like him. It could have went either way. I had a 6-6. I had it a draw. I didn't really pick a winner. I thought it was a good fight. It was back and forth action. You know, good boxing from both of them. You know, obviously Arturo landed more body punches. You know, power shots. You know, so it was a good fight. Yeah, he's me too. Close fight, bro. Close fight. Yeah, his power. Because remember, early in the fight, he wasn't really landing nothing clean. You know, he was hitting him on the arm, the shoulders. Nothing really too clean, you know, because he had that defense up. But he started to break that down. Them last 3 rounds, he was on his ass. So, you know, that could have stolen for the judges. I told y'all, when they one track mind, they only going to remember the last part of the fight anyway. Maybe somewhere in the middle. That's why I always say it's good to win early, but if you could come on late and steal them last 2 rounds, there you go. Yeah, he definitely, my mother kept saying, damn, he's strong as hell. Oh, you too. Is that where you live? I didn't know you, but where is that? I don't know that flag. I didn't know that you lived out there. Well, that's it for me. Keep following. Keep the comments coming. I'm satisfied. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. You know, part 2 coming. Who we got next? We got November 9th. We got Keyshawn and Abdullah on the 8th. On the 9th, we got Boots back in Philly. So hopefully I see y'all out in Philly on the 9th. Tune in to my young bull, Abdullah, on the 8th. And keep boxing alive. That's all. Peace.